So the reason why we are here this afternoon is basically to sensitize our youth, who comprise a big percentage of our population, 65%, on the opportunities that are available so that they don't have to sit at home frustrated, feeling depressed, owing to the unemployment situation in the country currently. As an administration, as government, we are doing the very best that we can to secure these employment opportunities for them. But mind you, we are not only looking at the situation obtaining for those with certificates, be it a diploma, be it a degree, be it just an ordinary certificate. We're also looking at those who dropped out of school. They were unable to pursue further studies, but they've been able to gain experience while they are working out there in various different sectors. Now, this is where the National Industrial Training Authority comes in, because they have a program to assess the kind of experience these young people have, and thereafter, issue them with certificates, so that they can be able to access jobs not only in the country, within the country, but also outside the country. So the program is known as Recognition of Prior Learning. We are here with the chair, together with the director, the acting director general, and the rest of the senior management, to sensitize our youth concerning this program. We have a policy in place that was launched about a month ago by the deputy president. There is need for these young people to come for assessment and thereafter be issued with these certificates. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the Fourth Estate, the reality is there are many job opportunities opening up in the Western European countries and also the Middle East. The reason being, these countries have an aging population. Kenya and Africa has a young population. Our average age is about 19 years. The average age obtaining in the Western European countries is about 45. So because of these demographics, there are many job opportunities opening up. The problem is our young people are not aware concerning these opportunities. So we have come to sensitize them that if they are to access the National Employment Authority website, even today, they will discover that there are over 200,000 jobs available. So you only need to match the skills that you have with the job opportunities that are available within the website. Secondly, I know we have had a challenge concerning rogue private recruitment agencies, and you're all aware this issue has been on media of late. I think the last 1 week it has been making headlines. This is an unfortunate situation, and that is the reason why the government is coming in aggressively, so that we can appraise young people concerning the organized and structured way they can be able to access these opportunities. And the only way they can do so is to go to the National Employment Authority. We have all the private recruitment agencies whose status is wanting in red, so that Kenyans can avoid them as much as possible. The ones whose status is okay are in black. Those are the ones that we have vetted, and we are 100% sure that the kind of jobs that they have uploaded, the job orders that they have uploaded, are actually there. So we want to encourage our young people to be accessing these websites rather than, reading adverts on social media and print media, concerning PRAs that are wanting in terms of, their conduct. They should go to the NEA website, which is a government website, and be able to access this information. Secondly, we are telling Kenyans, those who find themselves in distressing situations abroad, we have a toll-free number, because it's the responsibility of the government to take care of their welfare. And here I'm making reference to those who unfortunately have gone abroad in, ways that are not approved by the government, but they are still Kenyans. So when they find themselves in such distressing situations, they can be able to call the National Employment Authority toll-free number, and government can come in to assist. Instructions have been given to all our embassies abroad to give priority to Kenyans who find themselves in such situations. We also have labor attaches for those Kenyans who possibly find themselves in a wanting, work environment. They can be able to bring this to the attention of the labor attaches, who will be able to address their issues. So that is what we have done as government. And as I said earlier on, it's just that Kenyans lack this information. But we are going out aggressively to the grassroots. Tunaenda mashinani kukutana na vijana wetu, watuulize maswali ambao pengine wamekumbana na maswala tofauti, watuulize hayo maswali na tutaweza kuwajibu kama serikali. Now the reality is most of them did not go through the pathway that we have come up with. They found themselves there through rogue recruitment agencies. That's the reality. But it is still the responsibility of government to take care of them. And that's the reason why I have mentioned the toll-free number that they can call, and we can be able to then address whatever situation that they find themselves in, they have found themselves in. But let me say this. Government is in the process of coming up with a new bilateral labor agreement, particularly with countries in the Middle East. The new BLA will be human rights based, so as to guarantee this Kenyan worker migrating abroad, if he or she needs an off, if he or she needs to possibly make use of his smartphone, they should not confiscate, their communication gadgets. And therefore, with a new human rights-based BLA, we are 100% sure that whatever was obtaining before will no longer obtain going forward. We've had discussions with the government, particularly of Saudi Arabia, several discussions. A delegation of senior officials came to Kenya late last year in December, and we've agreed on some of these issues that came up as a result, mind you, of rogue recruitment agencies in Kenya working in cahoots with rogue recruitment agencies also in Saudi Arabia. Because we cannot say that it is purely the Kenyan rogue recruitment agencies that are to blame. The blame has to be shared also with those whose legal status is wanting, also in the Middle East. That is what we have done so far. Indeed, out of the 100 PRAs that we had, after vetting, and the vetting committee is comprised of security agencies, Ministry of Foreign Affairs representative. We also have the chair from the Ministry of Labor and Social Services. So this is a multi-agency committee. It's a multi-agency approach to vet all the private recruitment agencies in Kenya. The number has been reduced from 1,000 to about 500. Matters labor migration are very close to this current administration, the Kenya Kwanza administration, owing to the fact that we want to improve the status of those who are at the bottom of the economic pyramid and ensure they access good jobs. It's not just a jobs that we're looking for, but good jobs, well-paying jobs, so that the economic situation can improve. And obviously, they cannot travel abroad without passports. They need travel documents, to be able to access these jobs overseas. So what we have done with Ministry of Immigration, firstly, we have established a one-stop shop that is located within NSSF building, Block A, 6th floor. Any Kenyan who would wish to migrate abroad and would wish to have his or her papers processed very fast, because we don't want them to be inconvenienced in any way, should be able to access the services at the one-stop shop. We have the immigration department represented there. We have the police also represented there. We have Ministry of Foreign Affairs for matters attestation represented there, to make it easy for this Kenyan young person migrating abroad. Not only that, the government has set aside several desks at Nyayo House dealing with matters labor migration, so that anybody who would wish to apply for a passport and to get it as fast as possible can be directed to those desks to get the services required. But even if you're applying online and you indicate that you are migrating abroad, I can assure you your passport will be processed the fastest possible, within the shortest period possible. That is what we have done with immigration. Secondly, I know there have been complaints concerning issuance of passports, that the process is taking too long. I'm happy to report today that the government has procured 2 printers, and this is information that my colleague PS Immigration has shared widely. We have purchased 2 new printers so as to ensure that we can process and issue as many passports as possible within the shortest period allowable.
Recognition of prior learning. These are people who learn some skills at the workplace. For example, you work with a plumber and then you got the skill. And when now we test you, you are perfectly be able to fix the plumbing material. You can plumb a house or a building. So when we recognize you that you have the skill, we normally test you and give you that certificate, and that is what is called recognition of prior learning. These are people who are already working, but they don't have certificates. So we assess them and we give them certificates so that their certificate can be recognized and they can be able to get, with that certificate, jobs in the market. Very good. Actually, it's all over the country. As we speak, we have got 20,000 youths who are doing exam, both recognition of prior learning and new students who are getting the certificate concurrently. We normally reskill them and upskill them. Reskilling, they have the skill, we reskill them. Upskilling, now we take from that grade they are into another grade. That's what we call recognition of prior learning. And it is one of the best people. We don't consider their education background. They can be standard 8 leavers, but they are the perfect in doing that particular skill, and they can be able to give themselves a job. That's why we go around all over the country and give them that recognition certificate, which is called recognition of prior learning. Thank you.
Maybe a quick one about the trade test.
Yeah, trade tests, we test about 50 skill areas. Plumbing is one of them, carpentry, joinery, electricians, motor vehicle mechanics, all over the country. They register with us and they have the skill already. We now go to the different places of this country. We assess them in institutions like this one institution, Tibet institution. We go to polytechnics. We go to even youth polytechnic. We go to youth service center. We assess them and we give them that certificate. Actually, it's one of the best certificates they can get. If you employ those people, I'm telling you, when you look for the people you employ, please look for people with the certificate of Nita. I'm Honorable Aden, Chairman, National Industrial Training Authority.
We have female engineers in most of these TVETs coming from arid areas. We usually sponsor depending on their humble background. We identify some and then sponsor them across the country. We use a total budget per year of about 10 million to ensure that we keep these young ladies in college. Yeah, and up to the end. Yeah.
Maybe the longest course might take how long?
It's usually 3 years.
3 years.
3 years. 3-4 years. So we make sure that if we identify a young lady, we ensure that she goes all the way up to the end of
I want to say something.
Okay.
Recognition of prior learning. If you are a media person, maybe you are a cameraman, you have never been to college, come to Nita, we give you the certificate.
Oh, perfect.
Your name is Madam?
Yeah, I'm Teresa Asike. Still on these female scholarships, we work a lot with other partners like ILO, Hyundai, those people. Tujiajiri, KCB, Safaricom. We work with them to ensure that these young ladies come on board and get an education or training.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.